Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, March 28th, 2024. Coming to the close of the first quarter. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It's not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, that's all for disclosures this morning. Please do say hello in the chat. It's nice to know who's here. We've got, coming up to market open, we've got a get in sync long on the YM and a get in sync long on soybeans. So we'll keep an eye on those. Unleaded gas just stopped and reversed to short. Second, actually started off with a small stop and reverse and a full stop out on from the long. And a second long that just stopped and reversed. It's going to be at 794. This may be the trade we're looking for on unleaded, as it's tending to down move all through the early morning, diverging from crude oil, which has been an uptrend this morning. Crude starting off its session 9 o'clock start. We get in sync on the short. It's money management and misses target 1 by 1 tick, coming back to a stop out at 82.58 from the entry at 59. So we get 1 tick on the trailer, it's a 2 tick net profit, and looking for the second trade. All right, YM, right as the market opened, looks like went, just before market open, went to money management. So the long trade is off the table. We have a new short setup that is also off. That has canceled. As the YM seems to be trending upward also, although not a very smooth ride, it doesn't look like. A lot of back and forth there. Soybeans with a short trade. The short trade triggering in, so that does cancel the long. And the Russell with looks like a long trade. Yep, That's a long trade. Now let's see. Yep, that's within our time. And the second bar gives us a pullback, so definitely puts us in. We are at, that's a larger than normal trade. Actually, that's going to be a, yeah, that's going to be a target 2 take profit. And already, so that's a win on trade number 1. Actually, no, we haven't gotten to target 2 yet. Target 2 looks like 47 even. Trailer at 43.9. Pound Aussie. That is a valid short with an 8:30 start time. Hits target 1 and, well, actually 2 positions come off at target 2. Target 1 was too small. So we 18 pips times 2, 36 pips. Looks like we're getting close to the stop. 260, or yeah, 426 for the stop. And we got as high as 25.4, so still in the trade. Unleaded still in its short. And the YM looks like picking up a long trade. Lots of time to get an order in for that. But you have to be concentrating on the market you're trading to have caught that, as I was looking at other things when that occurred. Targets 1 and, let's see, target 1 was mega and small. Let's see what it was. Yeah, target 2 was our target 25 ticks, and we did get that. So that'll be a one and done session on the YM. Coming back to stop out at 208 from our entry at 202. So 6 ticks on the trailer, 25 ticks or 26. What was it? Target 2. 25. So 31 ticks on the day. $5 a tick. Just $65, but it's a positive day, and we come back to trade the next. And we have a stop and reverse possibility on soybeans at 90 and a quarter. Right there. So far, we're still in the short. That's our short trade. We have a long entry at 90.25. YM is done. Another stop and reverse on unleaded. And it just did trigger long. 847. Pound Aussie did stop out. That completes its day. All right. Micro Russell looks like it got a partial win on the trailer, and we get a full loss, and now in another long trade. Setting session highs. And then second loss on the Micro Russell. Partial win and 2 losses. Unleaded in a long trade. Soybean still in its short trade. Stop and reverse. Not able to. It did trigger unadjusted, but stop and reverse adjustment keeping us in the short. Short trade on the Micro Russell. Oops. Wrong direction. There we are. That's our 14 ticks. Soybeans still short. Unleaded is long, and Micro Russell is short. Still looking for a second trade on crude. YM is done, and the pound Aussie is done. So I'll throw unleaded over here over the pound Aussie. And see where we are. I'm using Eastern time timestamps. So the long is our first trade. And money management, 487.5 for the trailer. And the Micro Russell trade taking heat. If this stops out, that'll end the session. And there's a stop out. So that is the third loss on the Micro Russell, ending the session. Just getting into the noise right there. Unleaded in the long. Micro NQ in the long. And we have a new short that triggered just hit the entry unadjusted. That cancels the stop and reverse, and we remain in our prior short. So this is where's our trade entry right over here, and we're still looking for target 1 at 84.25. Money management for unleaded. Stop will move up to 88. I'm sorry, to 48. So stop and reverse, keeping us out of the long trade, and our original short trade now 1 tick from target. That's why we use the stop and reverse adjustment. Just exactly that right there. Protect the trade we're in, is that we prefer to stay in it than reverse, and this is one of the very, very, very reasons why we do that. Especially right around the 50 EMA there, like that. And there is money management and target 1. That was a get in sync on the short, and that has produced target 1. So this will be a one and done session there. Target 1 on unleaded, approaching target 2. So YM is done. Micro Russell is done. This will be our quitting trade on soybeans. 11 tick target 1. So we're going to get at least 14 ticks on this. Entry at 87 flat, so 86 3/4 for the current stop. And we will have to track this manually since we did touch the entry for the long trade. So the calculator is now tracking the subsequent short. So we'll have to kind of do some manual tracking on this one. Micro NQ coming up to test a session open. That's the gold dotted line. Yesterday evening's opening price. And it looks like we stopped out for break even, missing target 2 by, looks like just 1 or 2 ticks. We certainly need the short. We're certainly not going to be positive yet. There is our unleaded short. After stopping out on the long, we did get target 2 on the micro NQ and target 2 on soybeans. Now our stop is not going to be quite where it's plotted. Our stop is going to stay at the 86 3/4 actually. Now goes to 86 1/4. No, I'm sorry, 86 1/2. Plotted stop is 86 flat. But that's the break-even stop from the subsequent short. All right. Micro NQ just shy of session high and also just shy of target 3. 505 1/2 for the trailing stop. And this move taking it from a new session low to just a tick or two from session high. Which tells me we're not in a very big range today. Yeah, just 70 points. It's not terribly large for the micro for the NQ. And we did trigger short on unleaded finally. Still no trades. Oh, and that's why we haven't had oversold reading since the short trade until we got the possibility of an overbought or oversold reading on this bar coming up. Currently positive on the oversold if the bar closes with that condition. We can take a long. So that would be a blue long trade. The lighter blue oversold trade. This is the last trade of the day on unleaded. This is trade number 6. Yeah, 508 1/4 for the micro NQ stop and hitting target 3. Nice start on that trade plan. Getting a solid winner. Stop still at 86 1/2. And it looks like we did hit the plotted stop, but our stop is actually 2 ticks above that because we're actually in the prior trade. Stop at 86.5. 511.25 for the micro NQ trailing stop. Okay, so we're still going to have to track this manually. So the stop comes down to 86.25. So we're with the prior trade, we're still in this trade. Two targets and the stop at 86.25. Closed above the balance lines, or above the signal line, so the stop stays at 86.25. Which would be the 2-tick adjustment for stop and reverse. However, that stop and reverse would be filtered by hybrid mode because we're tracking manually. Hybrid mode filter would keep us out of this long trade since we are actually in the prior short trade. And the trend indicator is down. 514 flat for the micro NQ trade. Unleaded hanging around the entry on the short. Still not a second trade on crude this morning. We did get an oversold indication, so a close above the balance line. Looks like we closed a tick below the balance line on the prior bar. But if we can get a close above the balance line here, no, wait a minute. We've got to get, we didn't get exhaustion dots because the first up bar was actually closed at the same place as the prior bar. Good morning, Steve. Two positions still in play on soybeans. We are in the purple trade. Set up just before 9:30. That was a get in sync at market open. This, of course, exchange time would be central, so that would be actually 8:30 exchange time. Stop at the orange horizontal line, 85 and a quarter or 86 and a quarter. So far, we're staying in the short trade. This is part of why you have to think about things, because when you get a stop and reverse, the calculator can get a little out of sequence because of the adjustment. Still in the soybean short. And stopping out at 514 on the micro NQ trade. Targets 2 and 3. We did set a new session high at 536 3/4. And still long and unleaded. Single line is 84.38, and we closed at 84.75, so still above the balance line, so the stop doesn't move. Still at 86 and a quarter. And now the Russell starts to extend enough to get some targets. Got two winners, target 3 and target 4 winners in a row. We're break even, and this was the third trade was a break even. So. And we continued, not stopped at our 3 losses, we would have picked up 2 more wins. The trade plan stops at 3 losses, and that has proven over time to be the better path, just not today. All right, stop on soybeans. It had just hit the stop at 86 and a quarter, so 3 ticks on the final 2 positions. So that's a total of 6 to go along with 11, and what was target 2? 11 and 17, so 28 and 6 is 34 ticks, 8.5 points. And unleaded taking heat on its final short. The soybeans is done, the YM is done, pound Aussie is done. We are in our 10 a.m. crude mini session, so only the one break-even trade on the 9 a.m. session. Micro NQ has a win on its only trade of the session so far. And the win, partial win, and 2-3 losses on the Micro Russell. $9.01 the stop on unleaded. We got as in the high 890s. Just slightly above the higher swing high. Yeah, 899, so 2 ticks away. Our swing high was 896. And we have another one back here at 895. So basically the 900 level, $2.69 level, providing a fair amount of resistance here. So crude and Micro NQ are the only charts looking for new trades. Working the short on unleaded being the last trade of its session. And then our 2 charts in the middle. And there's a long trade setup on crude with the price moving away from it at the moment. Short trade on the micro NQ. All right, not much going on other than those crude trade looks like it may cancel. Too far away from the moving averages to pick up a trade. Micro NQ approaching money management. And unleaded did stop out on the short. And that will end its day. As soon as I get unleaded back where it belongs. Back to the micro NQ. And money management. So now looking for target 2. Stop at 508 flat. There is target. My cat is telling me I'm not paying attention to him. He's headbutting my arms. It's like target 2 was 89 and 479 and 3/4. Where did we get to? Oh, 1 tick away. That's definitely a place to try to take profit if you can. Watching this mini chart, that's not necessarily possible for me to do. Crude trade did cancel. So I can 2 trades set up that didn't trigger, but no active trades in over an hour on crude, and that is unusual. So this is win number 2. Well, yeah, one tick away, it's considered a win. So that would be considered win number 2. Okay, up bar would give us exhaustion dots and another long trade on crude. Trying to work its way up through the 50 EMA now. It's come down through it. See if it's going to stick or if it's going to go back up. We continue to get lower highs and lower lows. The trend still appears to be down. Where does it go from here? All right, we did push down through target 2 on the micro NQ finally. $479.75. Target 2 in, target 2 in hand. And now we'll move down and look for target 3. Stop still at 508. We haven't gone far enough to start trailing yet. Trailing is, I believe, 150% or 200%. Target 1, let's pull it up and see. Yeah, 200% of target 1. So it's going to be a little bit less than 2x, which is almost to target 3, between targets 2 and 3 to start trailing. And crude was rejected at the 50 EMA. This time, however, our exhaustion dots are going to be within proximity to the EMA, and we could get a yellow short with a down bar, third down bar here. And we get a squeeze zone long filtered out. That's the gray trade on crude. Micro NQ came up and tested its 50 EMA. Now trying to work through the 200 again. We did get a set of exhaustion dots, so if we close below the balance line here, we will get a short. It would be a yellow short. All right. Micro NQ seeming to want to go sideways now, as is crude. Crude seems to be drifting down. No trades in the 10 a.m. mini session so far. Micro NQ testing the 50 EMA again. Long trade on crude. Finally giving me something to talk about. Now we'll see if the buyers have enough to push it that far above the 50 EMA and continue to push it up. And at least initially it looks like not. YM testing the 200 EMA. Not much range on the YM today. 40,235 for the high. So 40,086. So 150 points. Micro NQ still stuck between the 50 and the 200. And there is your short trade on setup on crude. Long is also still valid also. 82.28 for the short, 82.46 for the long. Looks like we triggered into the short. That will cancel the long. Yeah, this is, well, we'll see. Our stop is up at 46. Same place the entry for the long was. Stop and reverse now on the micro NQ. Small profit. We did get a target 2, so that's 2 wins. Target 1 is our break-even money management. No particular direction in the market. Still just crude and micro NQ. Long on the micro NQ, short on crude. And we take a full stop out on the short. All right, things are moving slow enough. I think it's about time to call it a morning. Still, the only charts active are crude and micro NQ. Micro NQ is in a long trade. Crude is flat. Just one trade in almost 30 minutes of this 10 a.m. mini session. And only the second trade since the 9 a.m. session started. So I am going to call it a morning today, and we will be in for a regular schedule next week. 9:30 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Crude oil inventory session Wednesday at 10:30. Everybody have a good weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday.